Have you ever noticed that some people walk into a room and instantly everyone pays attention to them? Not because they are the most beautiful, not because they are the richest, but because there is something powerful about their presence, something magnetic, something unforgettable. And then there are people who try so hard to impress others, yet they still feel ignored, unseen and unappreciated. Why does this happen? Because attraction is not about looks alone. It is about energy, confidence, the way you make people feel when they are around you. Most people spend their lives chasing attention, changing themselves to fit in, pretending to be perfect so others will accept them. But the truth is, the more desperate you become for approval, the less attractive you appear. Real attraction begins the moment you stop begging to be noticed. The moment you become comfortable with yourself, your energy changes, your voice changes, your body language changes, and suddenly people start feeling drawn toward you naturally. Think about it. Who do you remember more? The loudest person in the room, or the calm, confident person who spoke with purpose and made everyone feel important? People may forget your appearance, but they never forget the feeling you gave them. That is the real secret of attraction. In this world, where everyone is trying to impress others, the rarest thing you can become is authentic. Because confidence without arrogance, kindness without weakness, and self-respect without ego creates a presence that nobody can ignore. So today, I want you to stop chasing people, stop seeking validation, and start becoming the kind of person whose energy speaks before words ever do. Because once you master yourself, you naturally attract the world. What if I told you that the reason people are ignoring you has nothing to do with your looks, your money, or your background? What if the real reason is hidden in the way you see yourself? Think about it carefully. Why do some people walk into a room and instantly capture attention without even trying? Why do their words feel powerful? Why does their presence feel unforgettable? And why do others spend their entire lives trying to impress people, yet still feel invisible? Because attraction is not created by appearance alone. It is created by energy. People can feel your confidence before you even speak. They can feel your insecurity too. The truth is, the world is not attracted to people who constantly beg for approval. The world is attracted to people who know their value. People who are comfortable in their own skin. People who don't pretend to be someone else just to fit in. And that is where most people fail. They spend too much time chasing attention instead of building themselves. They try to look perfect, sound perfect, and act perfect. But perfection is not attractive. Authenticity is. You don't need to become louder to attract people. You don't need fake confidence. You don't need to impress everyone you meet. Sometimes the most attractive person in the room is simply the calmest one. The one who listens deeply. The one who speaks with certainty. The one who respects themselves enough to never chase validation. Because the moment you start loving your own presence, people begin to feel it too. Your energy changes. Your body language changes. Your mindset changes. And suddenly, without forcing anything, people become naturally drawn toward you. That is the real power of attraction. Have you ever wondered why some people become unforgettable after just one conversation? Not because they were the funniest, not because they were the smartest, but because they made you feel something. That is the power most people underestimate. In today's world, everyone is trying to be noticed. Everyone wants attention. Everyone wants validation. But very few people understand that true attraction does not come from trying too hard. It comes from being completely comfortable with who you are. The moment you stop chasing approval, something powerful happens. You stop acting. You stop forcing conversations. You stop pretending to impress people. And for the first time, your real personality begins to shine. Confidence is attractive because it creates calm energy. When you truly believe in yourself, people can feel it without you saying a single word. Look around carefully. The people who attract others naturally are not always the most beautiful people in the room. They are the people who carry certainty in their eyes, peace in their mind, and purpose in their voice. They don't enter a room hoping to be accepted. They enter knowing they already belong. And that mindset changes everything. Because attraction starts long before words are spoken. It starts in your posture, your eye contact, your smile, your presence. People are drawn toward energy that feels real. That is why authenticity is more powerful than perfection. The more fake you become, the more disconnected people feel from you. But when you are genuine, honest, and emotionally strong, people naturally trust you. And trust creates connection. Always remember this. People may admire beauty for a moment, but they remember confidence for a lifetime. So stop trying to become someone people will like. Become someone you truly respect. Because when you finally value yourself, the world begins to value you too. What if the biggest mistake you are making in life is trying too hard to be liked by everyone? Think about that for a moment. So many people wake up every day trying to gain attention, approval, and validation from others. They change their personality to fit into different rooms. They hide their true thoughts. They pretend to be confident while secretly feeling insecure inside. And slowly, without realizing it, they lose themselves. But here is the truth nobody talks about. The people who attract others the most are usually the people who are least desperate for attention. Because there is something powerful about a person who knows their worth, a person who can stand alone without feeling lonely, a person who does not need constant praise to feel valuable. That kind of energy is rare, and rare energy naturally attracts people. You see, attraction is not about becoming perfect. It is about becoming real. People can sense when you are pretending. They can feel when your confidence is fake. But they can also feel honesty, peace, and authenticity. That is why self-respect is attractive. When you respect yourself, you stop begging people to stay in your life. You stop chasing those who ignore you. You stop shrinking yourself just to make others comfortable. And suddenly, your presence becomes stronger. Because confidence is not loud. Real confidence is quiet. It is the calmness in your voice, the certainty in your decisions, the peace in your mind when nobody is clapping for you. The most attractive people are not the ones trying to impress the world. They are the ones focused on becoming better every single day. They work on their mindset, their communication, their discipline, their emotional strength. And because of that, people feel inspired around them. So never underestimate the power of believing in yourself. Because the moment you stop chasing validation, you become someone the world cannot ignore. Do you know what makes a person truly attractive? It is not expensive clothes. It is not beauty. It is not fame. Because no matter how perfect someone looks on the outside, people eventually lose interest if there is no depth inside them. Real attraction comes from something much more powerful. It comes from the energy you carry when you walk into a room. It comes from the confidence in your voice, the peace in your mind, and the respect you have for yourself. And the truth is, most people are destroying their own attraction without even realizing it. How? By constantly seeking validation from others. The moment your happiness depends on someone else's attention, you lose your power. You start overthinking every conversation, every text message, every opinion people have about you. And instead of living freely, you begin performing for acceptance. But attractive people do not beg to be chosen. They choose themselves first. They understand that confidence is built from self-respect, not from compliments. Look carefully at the people who leave unforgettable impressions on others. They are usually calm. They are emotionally strong. They are comfortable being themselves. They do not try to prove their worth every second. Their presence speaks for them. And one of the most powerful things you can ever learn is this. People are drawn toward those who make them feel good about themselves. Not people who constantly show off, not people who fake perfection, but people who listen, understand, and radiate positive energy. That is why kindness is attractive, peace is attractive, purpose is attractive. When you start focusing on becoming the best version of yourself instead of chasing attention, your entire energy changes. You speak differently. You think differently. You carry yourself differently. And suddenly people begin noticing you naturally. Because attraction is not about forcing people to like you. It is about becoming so confident, genuine, and emotionally strong that your presence becomes impossible to ignore. Why do some people instantly attract respect, attention, and admiration wherever they go, while others struggle to be noticed even when they try their hardest? The answer is simpler than you think. People are not attracted to desperation. They are attracted to energy. The energy of confidence. The energy of self-respect. The energy of someone who knows exactly who they are. And that is the difference between people who naturally attract others and people who constantly chase validation. Most people believe attraction is about appearance. That if they look better, dress better, or speak perfectly, everyone will admire them. But real attraction goes much deeper than that. Because eventually, looks become normal. But energy never lies. You can feel when someone is insecure, even if they are smiling. And you can feel when someone truly believes in themselves, even when they say very little. That silent confidence is powerful. It comes from a person who has stopped comparing themselves to everyone else. A person who no longer needs approval to feel worthy. A person who understands that their value does not decrease just because someone fails to recognize it. And that mindset changes everything. When you stop chasing attention, you become calmer. You stop over-explaining yourself. You stop trying to force connections. You stop begging people to stay. Instead, you focus on growing yourself. You work on your mindset, your goals, your discipline, your communication, your peace. And something incredible happens when you do that. People naturally become drawn toward you. Because confidence is rare. Authenticity is rare. Emotional strength is rare. Most people are pretending. Very few people are real. That is why the strongest attraction in the world comes from being unapologetically yourself. Not arrogant. Not fake. Not desperate for approval. Just real. So never forget this. The moment you truly start valuing yourself, protect